Hey everyone, with the new Just Results Facebook channel, I thought I'd better actually put a video up. The first video I'm going to do is about Google Trends. I've been reading a great book recently about talking about Google isn't just for search. Google is basically an amazing tool for actually working through business research. For when you're setting up a business, creating a new product, and trying to understand your key marketplace of how you can use Google to actually achieve that. Reading a great book by Vanessa Fox. I put an image up on our Facebook page about marketing in the world of Google. Very, very interesting. Now, I've always used Google for a bit of research, but probably not to the extent that this book is talking about. And let me give you a bit of an example that they give, and I do recommend that book for anyone wanting to delve in further. It's quite a long book, but there's lots of images, and it's very user friendly to give you an idea of where everything is going. But to give you a thought, what you'll do is when say you are actually starting a new business, or you're thinking of an idea. So let's look at a topic like a pet shop. So what you might type in here is you might type in pet shop, and you'll do a bit of search. And this is Google Trends. If you Google Trends, you'll find it, or it's google.com/trends. You'll be able to type in a topic, so for example, pet shop, and you'll be able to actually break down what's happening in the different trends through search over time. So if we start in 2004, you can hover over and see what type of search volumes are going through. Now, as the internet gets more and more popular, it starts to grow and peak. And at the moment, for some reason, in 2008, Pet Shop was huge. Now, I don't know if that was because it was a band as well at the time. It might have been. But it definitely peaked at that point. What you can sometimes do is you can actually see when a story has actually been released. If you see these little points, like Pet Shop Boys line up for Red Square. So that was that was a band side of things. If you hover over here, um, yeah, Pet Shop Boys actually seems to be a big part of it. So you can actually see where people are actually pulling things up. If I change this to store, which is more American based, you might actually get slightly different results because it won't be pulling the trends for pet shop. And as I say, this is on America. To make any adjustments to the data that you're actually seeing and being able to track, have a look down the bottom side. You can change dates. You can turn it into just New Zealand. So if you are based in a country like we are, you can actually find it through here and go through all the pieces and actually adjust to New Zealand, which gives you a bit more data. That's a bit more specific. So you can actually see what people are searching for. Now, Pet Store might be it, and you see Pet Store's had a huge difference in New Zealand time. So it's gone up, it's gone down. It has had peaks around that same time. But you can kind of see what the search volume is and where it's going. So it's relatively stable. It's had a bit of a quiet one this month, but it's just from the data. But when you go through it, you can also look where are people searching for it in New Zealand. It's quite scary at how big it is. So Auckland's very popular for the term pet store. You've also got again Wellington and Canterbury. So the three core areas of New Zealand are doing the most. And what people are typing, so pet store Auckland is quite big. Pet store online, so people are actually wanting to shop more online. And this is where the research comes in. What are people actually wanting? There's a couple of key brands that have come up a lot. Um, but it says actually Pet Store NZ is quite big, but Pet Shop isn't as. And people are starting to type in Pet Store Auckland, so it might actually pay to spend more time trying to look in the Auckland region than anywhere else if you were starting a pet store, as well as looking at the online space. So it might pay to actually start a website in that realm. If you click on the item, it'll actually bring up if there is any additional data. So there isn't. The thing you will find with researching New Zealand is there is only so much data in New Zealand. You can sometimes use US searches to get a bit more, but it really just depends on what you're looking at doing. But as I say, play around with Google Trends. It gives you a lot of information about what people are searching for and also around what people are looking at. You can also click on this new tool called Top Charts, which shows you kind of what the core, where trends are going in different areas. So, for example, actors, who would have thought Miley Cyrus has gone through the roof recently? You've got animals, dogs seem to have a huge push over cats at the moment. Who would have thought if that's needed? And you can see a variety of different things and where books are, where are books popular? What is it like? Hunger Games is up there. You've got cars. It gives you just an idea of what are trending in the search volumes. So have a little read through this. It's really, as I say, to get it all across in one little video, it's quite hard. But what you've got to think about is if a lot of people are typing something into Google, it gives you an idea of what people are wanting, and what you should be selling before you start a business, or if you're in a business trying to look for your unique selling proposition, is use Google to try and find out what other people are wanting. As I say, don't focus just on New Zealand, focus on the world, because you can usually drill down a lot more on world statistics. They use a great example in the book about digital cameras. Someone wanting to create a new digital camera can go through the research and see a lot of people are typing in underwater cameras as a keyword or something similar. So they can see there's a market there for that. They can even drill down to what part of America are wanting to actually get it. So, for example, in their case, it was Florida. I think even Alaska had a bit, and Hawaii. So they know that with their advertising dollar, they can market into those parts of the states to sell the most. So it's like little things like that. That research is going to help you. So I hope this video gives you a few ideas. Go check out Google Trends. It's quite intuitive. Google have gotten very good at giving help documents around as you go through. But I hope it gives you some ideas and gives you one more tool in your battle for online marketing. Talk soon.